Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're really jumping into a topic we've spent a lot of time thinking about, and, well, we've put together some thoughts on reimagining digital banking.
That's right.
And this deep dive is brought to you by Access Softtech. They're the premier provider of digital banking solutions.
Hmm.
So, our mission, really, is to explore why digital banking maybe needs a completely fresh look, moving way beyond its original kind of simple functions, even though the tech today is, well, amazing.
Yeah, it's incredibly capable now.
It really is. So if you think back, like way back to the start of digital banking,
Yeah.
it grew out of some really basic, but honestly super important needs.
That's silly. Simple stuff.
What's my balance?
Or did that check clear? Or maybe, oh, shoot, I need to pay this bill, like, now.
Totally. And you had products like Quicken, Microsoft Money.
Yeah.
They were huge back then.
Huge. Because they solved those exact problems. At least they did until the banks and credit unions started rolling out their own online banking, which were often better integrated. Yeah. And what's really interesting, I think, is how those initial, pretty simple requirements set the whole direction. They really did.
They laid the track, basically.
Exactly. We've seen improvements since then, obviously. Better apps, more features, mobile stuff. It's all good.
Sure, incremental steps.
But the fundamental path was largely locked in by that starting point.
Mm-hmm.
And when you think about the technology we have now, it feels like we need to almost, I don't know, forget the old assumptions.
It's like a complete reset.
Sort of, yeah. A fresh perspective, build it again, but thinking about today's world, today's capabilities.
Okay, and that kind of ledger-first thinking, that leads to a problem many people listening probably feel right.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe think about someone, let's call her Sarah, who just bought a car, tracking the loan payment in the app. Easy.
Yeah, that part's simple.
But what about everything else? The insurance docs, the service receipts, warranty info, the title. Her banking app doesn't really help organize that whole event, does it?
Not usually, no. It just sees the payment.
And Sarah's not unusual. I mean, sure, some people are incredibly organized, they track everything, but honestly, most of us.
We're not like that.
No. My own miscellaneous spending is. Well, let's not go there. But the thing is, lots of us wish we were more organized financially. We want that clarity.
Right, and that points to a real need that maybe current digital banking isn't fully hitting.
So what's the connection you're seeing?
Well, think about it. Most financial transactions, they're tied to some kind of life event, aren't they?
Yeah.
Buying the car, like you said, or maybe a doctor's visit, fixing the roof.
Right, there's always a why.
Exactly. And those events usually come with paperwork, digital or physical. And flip it around, most big life events, they have money tied to them.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
So the big idea, the sort of what if, is imagine digital banking could become this really simple, smart system designed to actually organize all that financial clutter related to life events.
Using things like AI, better connections between systems?
Precisely. Using today's tech AI, open banking analytics to make sense of it all.
Huh. So digital banking not just as a list of transactions, but more like a story of your financial life, organizing the events.
That's a great way to put it. Moving beyond just being a ledger.
Yeah.
Helping you manage the context around the money.
Okay, I like that idea, turning the the boring spreadsheet into something meaningful. But here's the tricky part, right? How do you do that without just creating more digital noise, more stuff to manage?
That is the absolute key challenge. It comes down to really smart AI and really focusing on the user experience. It has to be intuitive.
So not just throwing features at people.
No, definitely not. Imagine a system that learns how you categorize things. Maybe it auto-tags transactions or it only asks you for details when it's genuinely unsure.
Like for that home repair, it might guess.
Yeah, I might see a payment to a plumber and ask, hey, was this for the bathroom leak? And if you say yes, maybe it prompts you to link the invoice right there.
Okay, I see. Or buying a house.
Right. It could automatically group the mortgage payments, the closing costs, maybe even the moving truck rental all under new home, and maybe remind you about property taxes later based on that context.
So it's about giving people power through organization, not just more data entry.
Exactly. Empowerment, not overwhelm, making your financial life clearer, less scattered.
So wrapping this up for you listening, what we're really talking about is pushing digital banking way beyond just showing balances and transfers. It's about looking at your whole financial picture holistically, giving you clarity, organization, helping you really understand and control things.
So here's the thought to leave you with. If your digital banking did more than just track numbers, if it actually helped you organize the story of your finances, linking money to life events to the paperwork,
Hmm.
what could that unlock for you?
Yeah, what kind of clarity or control could you gain? Definitely gives us all something to think about. Thanks so much for joining us on the deep dive today.